So I just got done making a new supercell. It has a slight dissolution defect in the middle, but it doesn't affect how it works. Let's put it over top of this N50 Gauss quarter-inch neodymium iron boron, and let's take a look. Oh my. Let's zoom in here a little bit. You can actually see the bright ring around the edge of the actual physical magnet. That's the point of maximum centrifugal divergence, which is also palpable, measurable with a Gauss meter. Either side of a quote-unquote pole of a magnet is not magnetism. The magnetism actually only exists, of course it exists in increasing gradients and decreasing gradients depending on where you're traveling on the face of the magnet. Obviously there's no light present in the center. That's because that's the point of centripetal convergence or dielectric acceleration. It increases, and this is also measurable with a Gauss meter, right to the edge where you actually see light in this entire pattern, in this spirograph-like pattern. Of course, you have constructive, destructive interference, the centrifugal divergence and centripetal convergence of the interlacing magnetodielectric system that makes up the magnet. What you actually have is where light is present or coming to your eyes, we have magnetism, and where it is absent, we have the dielectric. Now let's actually turn this on its side so we're able to see both poles at the same time. So we actually have polarity right down the middle here. And let's place it on top. A lot of people think this looks like an owl's face, which I guess that's a pretty accurate description. This one's actually really fast and reactive. I said we do have this splotchy liquid deformity in the center. Now this is just two pieces of optically flat glass with 3 drops of liquid in the middle and just ringed with hardware LEDs. You can get it at any hardware store. Let me zoom in. And this is all real time. This is just nothing other than LED lights. You can actually see, and it's really apparent if you're actually here in person, you can actually see these bowl-shaped formations. It literally looks like the bottom of the drain of your shower or your sink. And you're actually looking at the edge of centrifugal divergence there of one quote-unquote pole, and the same thing over here. There is a difference, and this of course is phase disparity, which I've explained in other videos. You notice a different color cast on this pole as opposed to this pole. It's not only brighter here, but it's actually a different color. And this is a phase disparity that exists at a rate of 1 to phi. This is phi and this is 1. That's why I know this is the South Pole and this is the North Pole, just by the phase difference, not the brightness, which there is a brightness difference, but the phase disparity between the two. This is also why seeds react different when exposed to different polarity. Now let's actually move this one out and bring in a ring magnet, okay? There we go. Now the ring magnet is really easy to burn in an image and damage a cell, so to say, kind of like burning in an old TV set. Let me set it here, and I'm going to move it around really quick, but let's zoom in, because this is the part people like to see. You look right in the center, you'll actually see this perfect pattern. Here you can actually see a slight burn-in already. There we go. As I lift it up and set it down. And I bring it up. And by the way, I got a link below. There's a supercharged cell created by Mike Palazzola. And check out his YouTube channel and the new supercell, that supercharged cell that he created. This is a buddy of mine. He's an electrical engineer and a bit of a genius. Well, he's more than a bit of a genius. And if I actually leave it sitting here for a second, you can see it. Now this is as simple as a post-it note. 2 pieces of glass, 3 drops of liquid, ringed with LEDs that are shooting into the glass. What you're actually seeing, like I said, is a constructive, destructive interference to the interlacing magnetodielectric system that makes up the conjugate field geometry of the magnet. Of course, and that's what the lecture is for, you have to define what is a magnet and what is magnetism. And thankfully, I'm the first person in the world who's actually done that. 3rd edition of my book is out. The 4th will be out sometime this year, but I'm busy as piss. And I'm working on the lecture in Idaho for the 1st week of July. You can actually kind of see the burned-in image. And back of this, by the way, is just black construction paper. Since the magnetic field penetrates anything and everything. Let's go back to the quarter-inch magnet here, Neo. There we go. Hold on a second. There we go. Zoom out a little bit. Actually go around it. Notice the holography of this. Remember, the liquid layer between these two pieces of glass is insanely thin, infinitely less thick than a human hair, and yet we have this amazing holographic manifestation of the light as warped and twisted by the magnetodielectric system that makes up the magnet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you do, you could always drop a donation below. That will certainly help me with the free lecture. Did I mention it's free? The free lecture I'm giving in Idaho at the Science and Energy Conference in July. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you could watch this supercell, even with this, slight defect in this supercell. And that defect is actually due to the mouse milk dissolution agent, which I let sit too long before smashing the two pieces of glass together, but it doesn't affect anything as far as the imagery. It makes it slightly blemished. I hope you like this. Yay. It's beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it amazing the holography you're actually seeing out of a few microns thick of 3 drops of liquid smashed between 2 5-inch pieces of glass? Fascinating. Well, if you have a scientific sort of mind, it's fascinating. Other people are like, this is boring. Sometimes people leave those minds, this is boring, I hate this. Well, okay then. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Click the link below if you like this video, and thank you.